What's going on, yo? What's going on? I'm about to send this link out. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I gotta fix my gold chart, but since the news yesterday, that thing's been tanking. We just had GBP news pop off, which caused all the GBP pairs to do the opposite of what they were doing yesterday. Price shot to the upside yesterday. Today, prices retracing. And I forgot to put a thumbnail on the thing. Oh well. Let me send this link out. We are live. Down. I gotta fix a couple of my charts. But you guys already know the drill. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. But give me 1 second. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Gold's just tanking. It's been tanking since the news yesterday. So we're either going to wait for retracement or we're going to wait for the next entry point. We're also looking at a possible, where's that, GU sell. Wait and see if we can break this level right here. We went for a sell on this position. It was either yesterday or no, it wasn't yesterday. I think it was Monday. What's today? Wednesday. So I think it was Monday. We went for this GU sell. Hit like TP1, TP2, rejected back up. Here it is. It rejected back up. And then when the news went off yesterday, tanked and then proceeded to hit the rest of the TPs and then just kept on pushing. Then we had the GBP news that was about an hour ago, push price back down. So we're either going to look for price to retrace back up to around 2590, 2600, look for sells, or price can break this level and hold 2550 as resistance. We can look for sells going down to 2530, 2525. So that's what we're watching right now. We're also going to be keeping an eye on GJ. We're going to see how GJ reacts here. Did a nice push the past couple days, doing a retracement. We're still going to be looking for buys at the moment. We're not going to really look for sells unless price breaks below like 188.20, 188.25. So we're just letting price do its thing right now. So as of now, we're going to be watching GU, and then we're going to be watching gold for some positions. Also going to be keeping an eye on NAS. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Those that just joined the stream, we have not entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. See on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Got a new 5-minute that just popped up. What's going on, J-Rod? What's going on? How's it going? Can't complain, can't complain. Another day. Just dropped a new video yesterday. If y'all haven't checked it out yet, make sure to check it out. I'm about to drop that in the chat right now. Yeah, we're gonna see how this 15 ends. If we're gonna hold this all as resistance, we're gonna go for so as long as it doesn't like run off right now. If it runs off, I'm not gonna chase it because it's not where I want to enter at anyways. We just had GBP news finish about an hour ago. Still having some momentum from it. All the GBP pairs were just like tanking from it. GJ tanked, as you can see. GU obviously since 2 o'clock. GA as well. So we're just letting it do its thing. I want to see if we can hold this all as resistance. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at these charts. Drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description of the free signal, free Telegram. When you click that link, you're going to see the link to the live, and you're going to see how we did yesterday. Yesterday, we took one trade, broke this down during the London session live as well. We took a GJ buy. TP7 got hit, cost 63 pips. There's a screenshot position as well as the signal. And then how we did on Monday, it went 2-0, took a gold trade. All TPs got hit on the sell, 1,200 pips caught. Took a GU sell, TP1 got hit, caught 14 pips. And that's what we was talking about, those that joined the live late, right? This was the trade we took on Monday. Hit TP1 a few times, barely missed TP2, then it retraced back up. But as soon as the news popped up during New York session, it blew through and hit all the TPs. So it was the right trade idea. Just wasn't enough volume to break those levels. And then when the news kicked in, volume was enough for it to break that level. So now we're going to look for continued sales as of right now. And as far as the gold sell, this was the gold sell we took on that Monday. Nice 1 to 3 risk reward. Price retrace. We went over this during the London session live yesterday as well. Retraced a little bit, then end up as soon as news started tanking and going exactly as projected, it's still flying down. Missed the entry on here, started tanking again about an hour before we went live. So either waiting for a retracement back to around 1992, or we're going to wait to see how price reacts to 1985, 1984 for another position. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. There we go, still tanking. NAS ended up dropping as well during the news yesterday. It's still holding as low as support, so if price does end up breaking 17,600, holding as a resistance, we could see a reversal back down to 17,500. But it's going to have to, it's going to have to break that level and hold this as a resistance for the downtrend to continue. So right now we're just watching GU and we're watching gold right now for some potential setups. Just dropped the video yesterday. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure to check it out. I'm going to drop that in the chat. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at any charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. What are your rules before entering? So I have a bunch of videos going over that, but I'll answer it. But I would recommend checking out my playlist. Let me turn it down. I would recommend checking out some of my playlists, especially the trading tips videos. Like I have a few videos that's cool. I can probably list a few after that. Simple trading strategy. Yeah, so basically what my rules are. First thing I want to do when I open up a chart is I want to figure out what direction it's going. Because again, we don't control the markets. So it's very important to figure out what it's most likely going to do so we can take that position. You know what I'm saying? It's all about high probability because again, we don't control the markets. Just because we enter a buy doesn't mean price is going to go up. Just because we enter a sell doesn't mean price is going to go down. So it's very important to figure out what direction price is most likely going to go. Right. So for example, if we're in an uptrend, price is most likely going to continue to go upwards. So if we're in an uptrend, I'm only looking for buys. If we're in a downtrend, that means price is most likely going to continue to trend downwards. So I'm going to look for sales. You get what I'm saying? Like for example, we look at GJ here. This was last month when the year started. We see price made a push to the upside, made a high, made a higher low into a higher high. So you see, we caught this entire move on these 2 days here. Then we caught the entire higher high the next week. So again, these 2 days here, you don't see any short positions. And if we actually go to those days on a smaller time frame, let me zoom out to it. I'm trying to find it real quick. There we go. I didn't go for any sells here. Even though price went down, I didn't go for sells. Why? Because we're in an uptrend. So I know that price, if we're in an uptrend, the moves up are going to be way bigger than the moves down, which we can clearly see. But at the same time, if I'm going to put my money on the line, I want to go with what price is most likely going to do. But then on top of that, when we go back to the daily time frame, another thing we can see is, again, not only is price going up way more than it's going down, but the moves up are way bigger than the moves down. So why would I? So if I'm going for a buy, that's because price is going up. So I know even if I don't control the markets, if I go for a buy, if we're in an uptrend, I'm going to have a 60, 70, 80, 90% chance of it going in my favor. Versus if I go for a sell when we're in an uptrend, that's like a 10, 20, 30% chance, right? But a lot of times I used to, and a lot of people still do, they'll either get impatient or because they see a red candlestick, they think sells. You know, I just made a video on what's it called, Instagram and TikTok the other day. Red doesn't always mean sell, green doesn't always mean buy. So that's my first rule, right? I have a bunch of shit, my bad. You know, I always gotta drop something at least once. But that's my first rule, right? So my first rule is to make sure I'm going with the direction of price. And I just dropped a video yesterday that kind of helps y'all understand how to do that. Because again, price isn't just doing random stuff. Everything price does, there's a reason for it. You kind of like understand what it's doing. Hold that thought though. Hold that thought. Kind of like how this is looking at here. I think I pulled my chart up because we would have possibly missed this. Those that be watching, you know, as soon as I get to breaking stuff down, we be missing setups sometimes. Hold that thought. Before entering. Yeah, so I want to make sure that I'm going with the flow of price. And then another rule, you know, I trade with support resistance as well. So if I'm looking for sells, I want to enter off resistance levels, right? And if I'm looking for buys, I want to enter off support levels. You get what I'm saying? You want to enter buys off support. You want to enter buys off support. You want to enter sells off resistance. Then you want to enter buys off support. Right, but I have a bunch of videos. We can talk about this for literally the entire stream. You know, we can go back and forth too, but let me make sure I'm not missing any other comments. Man, it's already Wednesday, which is crazy. So price GU, right? We talked about this a little bit yesterday. GU was in consolidation for like over 2 months. It finally broke out of this range in this like last week. We went for that sell last Monday. The price retraced and hugged this level for the rest of the week. Then we had yesterday, price wick, the push back down. So now we have a higher likelihood of the downtrend beginning. But for the downtrend to continue, it's not going to need to only hold 25.50 as resistance, but we're trying to break past the support level at 25.25 and hold that as resistance for us to get the lower low. Because right now we don't have a lower low, but for the lower low to come into play, it's going to have to break these next two levels. You know what I'm saying? So we had the news about an hour and a half ago for GBP pairs that helped push price back down. I'm trying to click out this arrow. There we go. And then we have one more GBP news event today. We have one at 10 o'clock. Then we have at 5 o'clock when the markets are closed, Australian news. And then 2.5 hours after that, we got another Australian news event. So it's going to be interesting to see how today goes. It looks like it's retesting that level. We're going to let that retest. Do this thing. Let's pull GJ back over here. Yeah, this was the GJ move we took yesterday, though. It was a nice 1-2. We took it after the news about what time did we take it? We gotta actually pull the signal up. Kindly make a video how I can take a trade like you. I have a bunch of videos going over that. I have a bunch of trade breakdowns. I have an entire playlist full of just strictly trade breakdowns. So you go into my profile or whatever you call it. I have 3 playlists. I have a playlist with all the live streams. I have a playlist going over trading tips, which goes over, my trading plan, trading psychology, and trading tips. Support resistance, all that good stuff as well. And then I have a playlist going over just strictly trade breakdowns. And all the trade breakdown videos, I go over start from finish, why I took the trade, confirmations I looked for, and all that good stuff. Like I dropped one last week. Here we go. Let me put this in the chat. Yeah, we just gotta explore the channel. I got a bunch of content. I post weekly videos, and then we also live stream weekly. But yeah, I got a bunch of videos breaking down like step by step trades we've taken. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Y'all join the free signal free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link. Check it out. We just went over how we did this week. Let's go back to boom. All right, so that's how we did Monday. And then make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis also. A lot of stuff finally starting to go as projected, especially after yesterday with the news popping off during New York session. But this is how we did last week. So last week we went 6-1. We took 6 wins, 1 loss. We caught 444 pips total. Monday we caught 102 pips. Tuesday 224. Wednesday we took caught 0 pips. Thursday we caught 48 pips, and Friday we caught 70 pips. Click right here. It's going to take you to the beginning of the week. At the beginning of every week, every Sunday, we drop a Sunday chart analysis going over not just what we see price doing Monday and Sunday night, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. We go over gold. We go over the indices, US30 NAS100, SPX. We go over Forex pairs, all that good stuff. We do the recap of the day at the end of every day. Every trade has the date, the time, the trade was posted, personal entry, SLs, TPs, how many people viewed it into the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit, all that good stuff. And a few of these we took during the live streams last week as well. So make sure to check all that good stuff out. But yeah, so GU is doing a retest right now. So it needs to hold this level for price to continue to push down. It did a pretty decent retracement yesterday. So I want to see it hold this level. We want to see if it can do so. GJ is holding this low as support. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I would rather wait for it to, we could look for buys here, but I'd rather wait for price to break back above 189.40, 189.35 for me to look for buys here. So that's what I'm waiting on personally. Let's get rid of some of these lines right here. We're not confusing ourselves. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Gold's still pushing down. That would have been a nice position to take right there. Really hold this position as well. actually going to keep it. Let me keep it up here. Now, I didn't take this position. This is what I was looking at during the live yesterday. Ended up going as projected. Pushed up a little bit, did a retracement, and then again, as soon as the news started and went off yesterday during the New York session, blew through, and we just flew the rest of the day. All right. So if you haven't watched my videos, I have a bunch of videos going over how to trade news. If you haven't checked them out, you want to post one in the chat right now. Make sure to check that out at the end of the stream. First, let me find it. That'll help, right? Shit. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so make sure to check this one out right here. Do you scale out of trades? Do I scale out? I scale into trades sometimes. I'm not sure what you mean by scale out. I'll scale into trades, like I'll add multiple positions. That's what I kind of did here. I took this trade. So if you go, my Telegram on my computer is bugging out, but if y'all go into the free Telegram and you look at the second screenshot from the recap yesterday, like I said, my Telegram's bugging. Oh, it was just like, oh, there it goes, working. Okay. So you can see I took this buy position and I took another buy position. So I do scale positions every now and then. It just depends on the setup and what I'm trying to do. I don't do it all the time. So this position right here, I was up 13 times my risk, and then the second position right here, I was up 2 times my risk, and then I closed that around right here. And then, you know, when the news popped off, good thing I closed. That's why I always going to move SL and profit. Because again, the news could have either kept pushing price our direction, or it's going to, you know, go the opposite direction. GU's pushing nicely now. We're going to see if we can do what it needs to do. Yeah, but I scale in positions every now and then. It just depends. Like, let me try to find another example where I scale positions. Here's one. This one was taking buys. I scale positions here on a buy. Let me try to find another one. But then there's other times where I just chill. You know, sometimes I just chill with one position, but then other times I'll add other positions. I'm trying to find another example. I have a bunch of examples. I just can't find any. This might have been one. Can't remember. That was a while ago. Here's one where I scaled into, right? And then there was like this one I scaled into. So I scale every now and then. Actually, we go to last month on GJ. I was doing a lot of scaling into positions. All right, like I had like 3 positions right here. And scaling done correctly can help you take full advantage and full opportunity of the trades you take. But again, you have to be careful with it to make sure that you're not over leveraging, because if price does go and retrace on you and you didn't do it properly, you can end up losing way more than what was planned or that you should be risking. You get what I'm saying? So you always want to scale after you're somewhat in profit, or you need to know how to calculate your lot size properly. And members, if you're in the group chat, make sure to watch the pinned video in the group chat. That video goes over how to do that. And those that aren't members, I do have a video on YouTube going over how to count pips. So make sure to check that out as well. Oh, I'm tripping. My bad, members. Let me do something. I've done zoned out. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. I'm looking at your charts. Drop in the chat. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok too, y'all. Y'all should see it scrolling on the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram's playmaker underscore way, TikTok's underscore playmaker way underscore. Post daily on both pages. Make sure to check it out, y'all. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can also DM me on Instagram or Telegram. I respond to all messages. But yeah, we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When looking at charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Make sure to explore the channel as well. I did update the playlist, so make sure to check the playlist out. Got a playlist going over trading tips, playlist strictly going over just straight up trading, trade breakdowns. Got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. Let's see what this next 15 does. Looks like we got some retracements happening. This might affect GU as well since it goes retracing up. Again, I'm not really looking for a buy here. I wanted to see if I'd rather look for a buy if price can break and hold 189.40 as support. For what price does in between here, I'm just watching. I'm not really worried about what price is doing right here. I'm just watching to see if it's going to break this level or if it's going to try to push back up. That's my only concern as far as GJ is concerned. We are bullish still. We had the news pop off about an hour ago, about to be 2 hours ago, which caused all the GP pairs to push back down to the downside. But if it can continue to hold 188.80 as support, we can still see possible buys. Now, if it breaks below 188.20, 188.15, then we could see a possible reversal come back into play. But it just works so hard to push back up, so there's a small chance it would do that. And then GU still trying to push down. It's got a little bit of work to do right here. It's going to have to blow through that. And again, we do got another GBP news event at 10 o'clock today. And then we have 2 Australian news events, one at 5 o'clock when markets close, and then 2 hours later when markets reopen at 7:30. That's pretty much it for news today. High impact, that is. We do got news tomorrow, Friday. It's going to be interesting to see how this week ends, especially with the indices. Because if they break the next couple of levels, we could see a reversal and downtrend come into play. It's just been chilling here for the past hour. That dropped down and it's just been chilling at this low. Kind of like what we saw yesterday. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. But yeah, price kind of just been chilling since the news. Kind of just been hugging these levels. As far as US30, we could look for short-term sales here. It would continue to hold 38. What is that? 38,150 as resistance. But for the downtrend of a reversal to come into play, it's going to need to hold 3160 as resistance, and they keep on pushing down. Yeah, factory trades. Looks like GJ's pushing up. GJ's retracing on this level. I'm trying to push down, but she's been hugging this level right here. There's nothing we can really do about that. Shout out to everybody on the live. It wasn't as action packed as the past couple of days, but that's just how trading is. It ain't gonna be, literally looking on the chart. Look at all these charts. Price has been in place this entire live stream. It hasn't really moved at all. So, not much we can do. You know what I'm saying? But just be ready for when price does do that move. We're gonna see what this next hour does, though. Again, we just got a couple more news events today. One at 10 o'clock for GBP, and then one at 5 o'clock for Australia, then one at 7:30 for Australia. And then as far as tomorrow, again, the rest of this week, we got GBP news at 2 a.m. over and over again. So just keep that in mind. Those will be trading GBP pairs or those that will be trading during Tokyo session, because that's how the rest of this week's going to be looking at with the GBP pairs. It looks like the GBP pair is about to reattempt to break back above these levels. So, like I said, I'm looking for some GJ buys. The price can break back above and hold 189.40 as support. We look for GA buys again. The price can hold 90.10 as support. It's going to need to hold. It's not going to just only need to break 94.60. It's going to need to hold that for the uptrend to continue. But it's looking kind of funky right now. So I'd rather look at GJ over GA personally. Let's look at GN too. We haven't looked at that this entire live, matter of fact. Let's take a look and see what that's doing. Okay, that thing is chilling as well. So if it can break back below 625, we can look for possible sells. And I got my alert right there already. Yeah, so we're just waiting for volume to pick up, honestly. All right, y'all. Make sure to hit that first link in the description for free signal, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Members, you already know in a few hours I'm dropping the New York price watch list for y'all. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. You guys want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram or Telegram or respond to all messages. But yeah, we're just going to see what happens with this next hour. See if some volume can kick in. And yeah, then we're going to look for some more setups. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 a.m.